Ride a motorcycle through a curve. Riding a motorcycle makes you feel carefree. You have more chances to enjoy the scenery that spreads before you as you traverse the road. Driving a motorcycle makes you one with the machine and connects you with the road underneath. Riding a motorcycle is a cheaper and faster way to reach your destination. But the line from point A to point B is not always straight. In most cases you will meet turns and curves on the road, so you need to learn how to ride your motorcycle through a curve. Here's how. There are things you need to remember first. One is that with increased motorcycle speed it will be harder for you to change directions. When you ride a bicycle, you just turn the handlebar towards the direction you want to go. It becomes the opposite when you are riding a motorcycle. The second thing you must remember is that turning a motorcycle is done by countersteering, meaning you need to shift the handlebars in the opposite direction of where you actually want to go. If you are going right, you have to push forward slightly against the handlebar grip on the right. This will actually turn the handlebar to the left. As the handlebar turns to the left, the motorcycle will lean to the right, which is direction you wanted to travel. As you approach a curve, slow down to a good entry speed that will allow you to roll on the throttle as you prepare to navigate the curve and speed up later. You can use the rear brake gently for this. Position your motorbike outside for the turn, which means if you are turning left, your bike should be about 3 feet from the right side of the lane, and when you want to turn right, the motorcycle should be about 3 feet from the center line of the road. Look at where you are headed, as this is where you want your motorcycle to go. If possible, identify the exit point of the curve to where the road gets straight again. You are not yet negotiating the curve at this point. You are still preparing to enter the curve. Remember the countersteering technique. This is where you apply it at the start of your entry into the curve. Keep your throttle open and roll to the curve, keeping a good distance away from the inside of the curve initially. As the angle of the curve tightens, you should be leaning closer to the curve. Point your eyes in the direction you want the motorcycle to go. At the same time, you should be aware of incoming traffic from the opposite direction. When you can see the exit point of the curve, position your bike to aim for a much more straighter line instead of following the angle of the curve all the way through, as you might end up bumping the rock face, a road barrier, or the ditch. The weave pattern is more like outside, inside, then outside again. Do not use your brakes as you negotiate the curve, as your motorcycle will bobble and you will lose traction. You turn the throttle on here without pulling on the clutch to keep your motorcycle stable. Accelerate after you have negotiated the tightest angle of the curve and you can already see where the road becomes straight again. You should be moving away from the inside of the curve and more towards the inner lane as you accelerate. Acceleration will push your motorcycle up straight again as you prepare to ride on a straight lane. Your body should lean slightly with the bike as you negotiate the curve. Your first instinct would be to keep your body on a straight line when making a turn, but you need to practice until you gain confidence, as you have to be one with your bike when riding a motorcycle. Learn to lean with it whether it is making a right or a left turn, and you will soon have a far more enjoyable ride. Keep on practicing until you have mastered the art of riding through a curve.